terms and do the needful. That's exactly where this came from. But this is easier to remember, especially in that grade where the formula booklet is not provided. So they need to understand the pattern. I must have told you the same thing in IGCSE class for those that were in my class. But if you choose to go with this, as long as your answer is correct, no problem. But if you use this wrongly and it led to errors, and unfortunately this is the first question, the answer to this is leading to subsequent question, then it's at your risk. Even if you write it for me as internal exam, you write this directly, I won't penalize you, as long as you have communicated all the ideas. I can bet you have a higher chance of committing blunder here than here, from my experience so far. Again, so we start with the C. So this is the way I will write and prefer it to be written. Again, you are communicating. You don't just write stuff. What are you using? Oh, using cosine rule. You are communicating. You are teaching the examiner. Because I want to find angle C, my cosine rule must begin with C squared, lowercase of c. And of course, it's on the board, so there's no need to ask that question. Then I substitute. A and B are the same. That's it. You might be wondering, oh, we are looking for C, but we don't have any number. Don't worry. For those of you that remember this from Form 3, I'm sure you remember it eventually works out fine. So this is 2k squared minus 2k squared for C. I claim this is 3k squared and this is 0 for C. Carolina, yes or no? That should take you just a few seconds, Carolina, to say yes or no. It's okay to disagree with me.
Yeah?
Yes. Ryan, what do you think? Yes. Melody, what do you think? Speak louder, please. Please, when I ask question, please speak louder. Anyone? Quickly, please. It's past 4. You think no? Okay. But it's okay to disagree with me. Ada, what do you think? This is my reason. 2k squared minus 2k squared is 0. So that's why I wrote 0 cos C. I don't know what she's talking about. What do you think? Yes. I'm going to be a good lawyer to convince the judge. What do you think?
No, because you can't.
I'm not asking you why.
Okay.
I just need to know yes or no.
Okay.
Don't ruin it for me.
It's so painful.
Don't ruin it for me.
Okay.
Anika, what do you think? What? No. Okay. Let's see. Not you. Let me see. I'm looking for anyone that can confuse. The way some of you look already shows that you refuse to be confused. So why should I ask you? Okay, Rita, let me see if I can play on Rita's intelligence. Definitely no. It's very tempting. You see, these are the question. These are the way we think as students in examination conditions. These are the kind of tempting ideas that comes to your head. And they look so attractive. They look so easy. They make it look like you're doing the right thing. If it is too good to be true, then maybe it's not true. Understand? Who can tell me, even if you are not sure this is right or wrong, why there is something here that can tell you immediately that you are not doing something right? What is that, Yanko?
it's not possible because 0 times cos C will not be equals to 3.
And why is that the
Because
problem?
it is the length of the side and it cannot be 0.
It cannot be 0. But that's one reason. 0 times cos C, what does that do to cos C? 0. What exactly are we trying to find? And the C is gone. So what's the point? So if eventually we even got a number that is not 0 here, how do we go back? So we have to go back again and find C that we eventually cancel out? Even if we think, oh, maybe this is going to be 2 eventually. You get my point? If it is too good to be true, it's probably not true. Yes, ma'am. Is it part of K also? Okay, if anybody needs to go to the washroom and I'm in the middle of explanation, just go quietly. Okay, don't destroy your bladder because you are trying to get permission. I give you the permission in advance. As long as you are going to the washroom, not going to make a phone call. Okay, I'm serious. If you need to go to the washroom and I'm in the middle of explanation, just go quietly. I give you that permission in advance. You guys are more matured like the other than the junior ones that we expect them to tell us, I want to go and take my pencil. So, it cannot be done. They are not like terms. If you have to subtract them, they have to look the same. Just like having 7 people minus 4. Can we conclude this is 3 people?
No.
Why not?
Because you're not saying
For what? That's the reason. That's why they are not the same. For what? We don't know. We don't know if this is an error. Maybe somebody meant to write people. This could have been $4. So there's not enough information to conclude that you get 3 people. So you cannot conclude they are like terms. Similarly here, we don't have enough information to say they are the same. If this has cos also, cos C, even if it is cos A, they are not the same. Until you have cos C with this term, then you can say, okay, yes, you can subtract and you get 0. Otherwise, these guys are stuck together. So be careful when you are doing your cosine rule to find an angle. Very tempting. So because they are stuck together, you take it away. So you have plus 2k squared. You have 2k squared minus 3k squared. Is this correct? Is this correct?
What?
Oh, my bad. Consist. Okay. I didn't mean to write that. Is this correct now?
Yes.
My next question.
Wait. What?
Yes, K3 squared moved to the other side. Good.
Yeah.
My next question. Marco, I claim that this minus is very stubborn. Others are moving around, but refuse to move. Am I right with that claim? But this minus here, very stubborn guy. That's my claim. You need to tell me my claim is right or wrong. This minus here appears here again. It shows that when everybody was moving around, it's not going to move. Is my claim correct?
No.
Why not, sir?
Because you need to see the other side.
Say that again?
You need to see the sides of the outside of the equation. So if it's if the other side is negative, move
I'm not asking you why there's a minus there. I'm saying this minus here, I think is very stubborn guy. I told everybody to move. This guy moved away. This one moved and came back because I need like terms to be together. But this minus refused to move because I can see it here again, the same position. Is that claim correct? That's my question. I'm not asking what is minus, what is plus. Do you understand my question now? Is that a correct argument?
No.
Because if indeed it's a correct argument, we need to know why the guy is very stubborn. So that if anybody wishes to be stubborn tomorrow, we know what to do. Ada, what do you think? Is my thoughts logical? Is what I'm thinking correct? That's my question. Or also the reason I'm asking is, if it's not moving, we need to know why, and maybe I've written something wrong. That's the reason I'm asking. You think my argument is correct, or what I've written is correct? So does that mean this minus is remaining here, untouched, unmoved, unshaken, very stubborn guy? What do you think, sir?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I think your statement is wrong.
Well, I don't feel bad. It's quite hurtful to say that I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm
But
sorry.
it's okay. It's something I have to deal with. Why do you think so?
Because when you move something to the other side, it looks like you're just moving it, but you're supposed to be doing the thing where you're adding the same thing to both sides to negate the part.
You know, my confused level before was 80%, but now it's 90%.
The negative is attached to the 2k squared cosine.
So that's why I thought
yeah.
it's not going with them.
Yeah. No, it's attached. Like they're friends.
Like with this one.
Yeah, they're
But
friends.
it didn't move. They left. It didn't go.
That's a different. Let me speak. Okay. They're friends, right? They're like best friends, like me and Yanko. They always stick together. So when 2k squared cosine wanted to go like, hey, let's go to the other side, and then the minus like, yeah, let's go together. And so when they're over, like
30 seconds.
oh, okay, minus fell into the river. The river is equal, and it's gone now. And so k squared minus 3, he found the negative in the river, and he picked it up with it.
I'm sure we understand what he's saying. Can you give him a round of applause? So it's not the same minus. It's not the same minus. The reason I'm asking this question is because I don't want someone working on a similar problem and assume that that sign in the middle must be repeated. I don't want you to think, oh, this sign must be kept here. So that's some of the reason we see in paper when we mark. This minus is already here as plus. And this plus that was once here, maybe I use a different color now. This plus that was once here is now this minus. So it's not the same minus. Anyways, now that we've got that over with, 2k squared cosine is now equals to what?
Negative k squared.
Negative.
K squared.
Looks like we're having two unknowns, but that's okay. Maybe our calculator can do inverse sign of something k. Just continue. Just ignore today's problem. Just leave. Okay? Just leave for today. Forget about the problem. It will sort itself. Cosine is now going to be minus k squared over 2k. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is that?
Negative half.
Negative 1 over 2. Basically, your k is actually not a problem. And some of you would have seen this from the beginning and wouldn't even try to write the cosine rule. You probably think the question is wrong, or maybe you have done something wrong. Raise your hand if you are one of us. You see this, you think, oh, it's not possible to find an angle with all these k's. These things happen. These things happen. You probably think it's not possible. As long as you are doing the right thing, you continue to do it. And of course, maybe something will get clarified. C will now be the arc cos of minus 1 over 2. And if you check in your calculator, you should get 120 degrees. Please check.
Yes.
Yes.
And now that that is 120, that is where your ideas that you mentioned earlier, the isosceles triangle thing coming. So again, because I need to communicate clearly, don't just say A is equal to 180 minus something divided by 2. If you write like that, you're writing like you're in kindy, we treat you like you're in kindergarten. Maybe you're not ready even for university, since you are still thinking like a kindy baby. I would expect from isn't that why you are writing what you are doing? So write, like explain. Make it look like you are teaching your 10-year-old brother or sister. Oh, actually from here, do you know you always say this? Okay, because of that you can do this. Even though they won't listen to you when you try to teach them. So I know what to go through. That's fine. So 120 is going to be equal to 180. You see I substituted. And now I have angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 minus 120, which is equal to 60. If the sum of the two angles is equal to 60 degrees, then each of the angles will be 60 divided by 2. And you need to tell us why. Because, right? Triangle ABC is what? So this implies that angle A is equal to angle B is equal to 30 degrees. Then you can make a conclusion. Therefore, angle A ratio B ratio C is going to be 30 ratio 30 ratio 120, which is equal to what finally?
No.
114. 1 ratio 4, not 1.
Oh, yes.
Okay? That's right. Joey, did we get all this part?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all. Thank you.